You're
back again, playing Henchman's story. Hopefully to finish it this time. Hopefully. So yeah, might as well just get right into it instead of wasting time, because again, we're trying to finish this as soon as possible. Again, not that it's a bad game or anything like that, it's just I just want to finish it as soon as possible, basically. So yeah, let's see how this goes this time.
We do not care.
I barely remember collapsing into my bed when I finally got back to my room. I'm pretty sure that I fell asleep as soon as I made contact with the sheets. I knew this side hustle was going to be work, but I underestimated just how much of a toll it would take. It wasn't that crazy compared to some of the other operations I've been a part of, but I really underestimated how draining it is to do a second shift of anything after you've already worked the full day. It's going to be tempting to take more gigs, but if I don't pace myself, I won't be awake long enough to even enjoy the extra money. Unless, of course, my phone interrupts my hibernation, like right now. Christ, what time even is it? I don't remember setting an alarm. I think I lost the accent I had going on. My bedside clock. What? My bedside clock reads 6:10. Definitely not an alarm, at least not one that I set. Is someone calling me? I fumble for my phone and peer at the screen as I rub the sleep from my eyes. Wait, does that say Madam Scorpion? I shouldn't be surprised that she has my number, but I don't remember getting hers. Regardless, it would be a bad idea to leave her hanging, so I hurriedly swipe across the screen to accept the call.
Ma'am, is that really you? And did you hack yourself into my contact list?
I assume those questions are rhetorical, Stanley.
Right. Compared to that place we broke into last night, I guess hacking my phone is child's play. Sorry, it's early. My brain has a long boot time, ma'am.
Well, I do hope I don't have to wait for you to install an update to your operating system. I need you awake. The game is afoot, as they say.
The game,
Awake. Got it. Elementary, madam.
I was thinking of Shakespeare, actually. Game is in prey. Henry IV, I believe.
Oh my.
Ah, the Fourth. Best known for seizing the throne from the crappiest Richard, brutally putting down rebellions, and then being succeeded by a newer, shinier Henry. So, which one of those is this about? I somehow doubt there's a little scorpion running around somewhere, so that leaves...
The second one. That's why I'm calling you. I need someone that I can trust, and I trust you, Stanley. Or rather, I trust your motivation.
Because you're my motivation, baby.
Come now. We're past the point of you playing coy, aren't we? Or do you get your thrills from the hunt?
Oh yeah, shorty feeling me for
Now
show.
who's being rhetorical?
Touché. You have certainly made your desires clear. It's uniquely bold. Not that I haven't dealt with bold pursuers before, but usually it's because they've deluded themselves into thinking they're on equal footing, or more foolishly, that they have the upper hand. It's rare from someone self-aware, especially when they're of your modest stature.
I'll show you modest stature.
That makes me want to execute you for your impertinence, or... yes, I think I know which it is.
Do I get a vote? I'd like to have a vote.
That depends on how well you put down this rebellion, dear prince.
Baby, I'll put it down on you. Don't play with me.
Head to door 1385 and investigate. If it's an intrusion, deal with it. If you don't think you can handle it alone, call your supervisor.
Perfectly, ma'am. I'll take care of it.
Good. I expect nothing less from you, darling.
Oh, she calling me darling now. The call ends abruptly and I place my phone back on my nightstand. Not surprising, Scorpion doesn't strike me as a no you hung up sort of person. That's that cutesy shit. I take a moment to rub my eyes and stretch before rolling out of bed. I'm so tired that the first few steps are wobbly, so I slap myself a little to jumpstart my system.
Come on, man. Get it into gear.
I snatch my uniform from the floor and give it a tentative sniff, a little ripe, but not too bad. Apparently I need to hurry, so it'll have to do. No time for my usual morning routine either, so in lieu of my toothbrush, I'll rummage through my nightstand for an old tin of mints, expired 8 months ago, probably still fine. I walk through the halls at a brisk pace, completely unimpeded by traffic. The place is practically empty at this time of day, though I'd have at least expected to find one or two diehards patrolling the halls with Gusto, my boy Dave. The research wing is the same. I don't encounter a single guard on my way here. Surely someone was meant to have this shift. Is this the result of whatever Scorpion sent me to investigate, or did she just order the halls cleared herself? Either way, I need to be careful. Finally, I reach my hall, my familiar lonely hall home to my equally lonely door, number 1385, right where I left it. But not as I left it, because miraculously the door is somehow open. I wasn't sure what I was expecting based on the vague information Scorpion gave me, but an open door with no one around it wasn't it. Silently, I pull out my baton and inch forward. Whatever's in there, I'm determined not to let it kill me. I spent too many hours guarding this door to die the moment I finally walk through it. The closer I get to the door, the more carefully I step. By the time I've reached its precipice, I'm practically tiptoeing. I pause, listening for some clue as to what might await me inside, but all I can make out is the whirring of machinery and the Lair's overtaxed air conditioning system. I debate calling Dave, but think better of it. He'll either charge right in like he did with Shining Nova, or abandon me to supervise something else like he did with Miss Dynamo. I need to handle this myself, because I'm a man, stand a man, and I take a deep breath, and I step inside, because I'm a man. But holy shit, this was a lot bigger than I expected. And what the hell is that? That monolith of a machine can't possibly be a computer, can it? But I don't see what else it could be. There are no visible pipes. Laying some pipe.
Bruh.
Or mechanisms, just wires, and it looks like it houses circuitry. Getting some serious I can't let you do that vibes from this thing.
This has been here the whole time? I come in peace, hopefully not evil AI person. Please don't sick any robots on me.
Bruh.
Yeah, that could be like a AI machine type thing, but what's these little things of liquid over here? Is this like fueling that? What is that? Electricity or something? I don't know.
I've had quite enough of that recently, thank you very much.
I'm sorry, it is too late, Stan. Now I must turn you into a cyborg and enslave your mind.
That's her best robot voice. They gotta be like, I'm sorry, it is too late, Stan. Now I must turn you into a cyborg and enslave your mind. Beep, boop, bop, beep.
Don't worry, we're still about 3 decades away from any serious threat of an uprising, and there's a good chance the robots get too distracted by social media to actually overthrow the government.
Kate? Are you responding to the alarm too? I didn't think you had a shift this early.
I stole my baton and walk over to greet her.
Glad you do, though. If I don't find whoever tripped it, my ass is on the line.
His ass is grass.
Any signs of what they were up to? Doesn't look like this place has been disturbed too much.
Well, the answer to both of those questions is yes. And no, there's no sign of anyone else. And as for the alarm, I guess you could say that I'm investigating it.
Wait, time out. Are you saying that you broke in here?
It's a little more complicated than that, but...
I'm seriously getting like she's a spy vibe, or she a double agent vibe, or she a undercover cop type thing, or undercover hero, or undercover boss. Who knows? Maybe she's really like Lord Bedlam, you know? Because you don't ever see them in the same room together. But then again, you don't really see them. You don't see more than 2 people in the same panel together, so just saying.
What does that mean exactly? Seems like a yes or no question.
On instinct, I take a step back and my hand inches toward my equipment belt. Oh shit.
Whoa, hey, just wait a second, okay? At least let me explain.
Ah, shit, here's the confession.
I know we've only known each other for a short time, and we're not much closer than acquaintances. It would be perfectly reasonable for you not to trust me right now. But you have something, Stan. Madam Scorpion would call it potential, but I think that it's something different. The capacity to change.
Okay, is this an intervention?
And not just upward, towards a stable bank account and an apartment with a window, but outwards, towards understanding other people.
Okay.
All of which is to say, there are some things you deserve to know. About me, about this place, about Scorpion. Everything. I just need a chance to explain.
Yep, here it comes. My theory is coming.
All right, explain away. Starting with exactly why you needed to get into this room. Is this why you were so curious about the door on our tour? Did you know this was in here?
Sort of. I knew something like this was in here, but not this exactly. I didn't think they had enough time to set a unit like this up. But Scorpion and Bedlam must have been working together for longer than anyone thought.
So this machine is Scorpion's? I guess that makes sense. Lord Bedlam isn't exactly at the cutting edge when it comes to technology. But what did she put it here for?
And that's where things get complicated? Think, what do you know about Madam Scorpion, outside of the whole assassin thing? What are her skills, her interests? She was Bedlam's partner on that job Wednesday, right? She showed up personally for it, even intervened. And what was she after?
Data. Not really sure what kind, but it was a private tech company. No weapons, no financials. I never really figured out anything more specific than that.
And her business, the Scorpion Group. They've got this new Henchman app, right? Others too. And how do apps identify, recruit, and monetize users? Data.
Okay, so are they like Facebook and just stealing everybody's data and selling it to the highest bidder or something, or?
The private kind that companies aren't technically supposed to keep, but always do.
There we go.
Okay, I follow you. But is that really all this is about? An app for hiring meat shields?
No, it's more than that. Think about it. You were part of her second data heist in a week, and those are just the ones you know about. That would be overkill for a few apps. And it's more than a business asset to her. Come on, you saw her in action last night, didn't you? Think about how she acted. Did she say or do anything that felt off?
Yeah, actually. Remember that thing with those guards in the first room? She knew every detail about it without even being there. And when I brought it up, she started this whole cat and mouse thing. Somehow, I think she was tapping into the security system there. Then later, before I got turned into a decoy, she was able to hack open the door just by touching it. And I didn't notice her carrying anything to actually take that data with her, now that I think about it.
That sounds consistent. So, based on that, clearly she can communicate with complex inorganic systems. What do you think that means?
She's a robot?
Oh my god, Madam Scorpion's a robot. I thought you said we had 3 decades.
What? No, she's human. She just has powers that let her brain work like a robot's. Sort of. It doesn't officially have a name because she's the only known case, and she's not exactly forthcoming on the details. I like to call it cerebral super processing.
What?
CSP, holding it down.
On a basic level, she appears to absorb and process data subconsciously, way beyond the rate of a normal human. However, it's expanded to a variety of physical and mental abilities.
Right, so that's how she was able to hack that door. She must have some kind of superhuman Wi-Fi, too.
Sure, if that helps you understand it better.
Superhuman Wi-Fi is crazy. I mean, that thing in between her legs is a human hotspot, if you feel me.
What?
Wi-Fi and her enhanced physique could come from nanotech that rides off of her power's coattails, or a completely organic evolution of her baseline abilities. It's like I've been telling you, she's uniquely dangerous, and since you've been caught in her gravity, well, I figured you ought to know.
Gravity's a word for it. Shocking, too. She hacked herself onto my contact list and called me this morning. That's why I'm here.
Not that I'm complaining about nabbing a smoking supervillain's number without having to lift a finger. Yeah, my guy. Though I suppose she'll give me something else to complain about if I don't get this handled.
I guess I caught her attention somehow, though I'm not sure if it's the good or the bad kind of attention.
I mean, with a woman looking like her, it could be both.
It's never the good kind, Stan.
What, are you jealous? Didn't take you for the type.
Believe me, I'm not, and that goes for either of you.
All right, well, thanks for the info anyway. If I'm gonna be dealing with her a lot, it'll be good to keep in mind.
No problem. Like I said, you deserve to know at least that much. You might work for a supervillain, but the difference between someone like Lord Bedlam and Madam Scorpion is vast. You're way out of your league.
Kate, I'm always out of my league. That's part of the job. But why the steroidal server over there? Isn't all that information in her head?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's meant to augment her power or cycle new sets of data in and out. Whatever it's for, she must think it's important. She's invested a ton in it.
Her and Bedlam both, it looks like. Or at least he paid for the paint job.
If that. As far as I can tell, your boss has basically turned into a supervillain shell company for the Scorpion Group. So he might have picked the paint, but paid for it? Doubt it.
Good point. I don't think that dog food heist paid enough for a liter of soda, much less 20 gallons of paint. In that case, we'd better start hunting for whoever it was that broke in here. I have a feeling Scorpion's not gonna be happy if she finds out someone's been checking her secret supercomputer's browsing history, and we don't have any leads to offer her.
Wait, I want to know what's in her browsing history. She got that corn hub going.
Come on.
I started to head deeper into the room, searching for something that can tell us what happened here.
Stan, wait.
Wait for what? Now, you know I hate to pull rank, but listen to the vet on this one, okay? There are times to wait and talk things through, but this is not one of them.
I keep moving and Kate still doesn't follow.
I mean it. Stop. There's something else.
And I mean it, Kate. If we don't at least make the effort to follow this up, it's going to be bad news. Trust me. Now let's go.
Once more, I turn to leave. Oh. Don't
That's
tell
the
me.
thing, Stan. I'm the one you're looking for.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Smoke rises from the scorch mark in front of my feet, stopping me dead in my tracks. Mouth agape, I turn towards Gate to find her training a weapon at me.
Kate?
That's not my name.
Uh-oh. I blink, dumbfounded, and glance at the weapon. Blue and white. Don't tell me that's Miss Dynamo. Those are the same colors as, Shining Nova.
Shining Nova.
Oh, I knew it. Yo, this is getting predictable at this point.
There you go. Knew you'd recognize me eventually. Just had to jog your memory a little.
Now I'm about to go night-night? No way. There's just no way. This whole time I thought I'd been trading tips and banter with some rookie, not a world-famous superhero. How did I miss it? Were there signs? Maybe. Damn, look at female Tony Stark over here.
Sorry. Elephant tranquilizers tend to make things a little hazy. But your memory didn't need any jogging, did it? No, you recognized me from the moment you got here. That's why you went right up to me during orientation. That's why you've been following me around. It's also why you busted out all those crazy ninja moves during last night's job. And that's why... Are you telling me you left your name tag on so you could remember your fake name? Seriously?
Bruh.
That's actually funny.
Hey, it's tough to keep everything straight when you're going undercover. There is nothing wrong with a cheat sheet.
A cheat sheet?
It's one syllable. You work at the absolute cutting edge of robotics, and you can't remember Kate?
It's just, I have a lot of names to keep straight, okay? Anyway, I was going to answer 3 questions as an apology for being dishonest with you, but I'm counting that as the first one. So now, you only get 2.
I don't think that's gonna cover everything.
You'll make do. Oh, come on, fire away.
So Shining Nova's a cute girl?
So, beneath all that high-tech weaponry and metal plating, Shining Nova's a cute girl. I feel like I just got the scoop of the century.
Cute, huh? Why use that adjective and not something like hot or fine as hell? I'm not a freaking bunny rabbit. I'm a grown-ass woman.
Yo, take the compliment. Jesus Christ. That's what's wrong with society nowadays. No, let me stop.
There's a spectrum for this sort of thing, you know? It's not a binary choice between Amazonian goddess and petite little flower.
Oh my gosh, she's still going.
Okay, I'm missing some context.
For real.
That's what I'm trying to say! It's all context! I'm not even that short.
Okay, now she's just projecting at this point.
All these superpowered people are just really tall, right? Of course I look shorter standing next to Dynamo. Have you seen her? She's a tank. She could curl my apartment building.
Now she's just being insecure.
And I can only make my shoulder pads so big before they affect my aerodynamics. I don't care if the photo op looks uneven. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Bro, I just called you cute. Relax.
Alright then, so I guess cute has a lot of negative connotations we want to avoid.
For real.
Sorry about that. Just been dealing with some shit with the association. You know how it is.
No, I don't.
Not remotely, no.
Right, guess not.
But you really are pretty, in a very mature, non-bunny rabbit sort of way.
Okay.
What grade did you get in that poetry class?
C+, baby.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I appreciate the sentiment, though. Dork. All right, I'm counting that as one question. You get one more. Make it count.
Why me?
Why me? Because we had a short conversation and then you tranquilized me? That can't be all of it.
No, well, yes. Kind of. It's complicated. This isn't coming out right. What I'm saying is...
You think I'm cute. Oh. Suddenly, alarms blare, echoing through the Lair's stone halls, and light begins to flash, cutting off Kate, or rather shining Nova, before she can finish her thought.
Shit, thought I had more time. Guess this is where we part ways. Unless... Come with me. I got what I came for, but that's just the first step. I could use your help with the rest.
How am I supposed to trust that after you just revealed that you've been deceiving me this whole time?
Facts.
This isn't an angle, Stan. I'm honestly making an offer. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. All the bad luck and desperate decisions that got you here, you can undo them. A total reset. All you have to do is go out on a limb and trust me.
Or I could torpedo my career and live out my days in a trailer park somewhere, wondering when I'm gonna wake up covered in scorpion stings. You're asking me to risk what little I've built here on what? What guarantee?
I can't offer you one. But sometimes the only chance you have to break away from a system like this is to take that kind of risk. Sometimes you have to bet on yourself. So what do you say? Ready to make that wager?
I can't go, but I won't stop you.
You know I can't. But I won't stop you from leaving.
That's not true. You can. You just need to grit your teeth and do it.
Just grit my teeth, pull myself up by my bootstraps, and make it happen, huh? Oh, is that all it took this whole time? Gee, I wish I'd known. Maybe it was that simple for you. The part about you being an engineer. That much is true, right? That's a damn good backup plan if this superhero thing doesn't work out. Me, I don't have the luxury of a parachute. This job is what I've got. Period.
So make something else. Stan.
You don't have time to argue. Tick-tock, Nova.
Right. Thanks, Stan. For everything.
I turn to the side and Nova takes off, running right past me. I glance over my shoulder just in time to see her pass through the room's door, pivot sharply, and disappear down the hallway. I sigh and glance around the room. No cameras in here, probably to keep this place a secret. Lucky break for me. If I just wait for a few moments and run out like I'm chasing after her, it'll look like we had a struggle. I'll have to at least pretend to pursue her too. Shouldn't have to worry too much about catching up to her. Kate's legs might be shorter than mine, but there's no doubt her conditioning is better. No, not Kate. Shining Nova. Christ, that's gonna be hard to get over. Superheroes just aren't like the rest of us. They're hardly even people, more like monuments, big statues with shiny plaques, telling you that if you uphold our good old-fashioned values, work hard, and get a little lucky, you can be larger than life. So to have to spend this much time with one without even realizing it, well, it's jarring to say the least. Hell, I went on a heist with one. Not to mention all the flirting. Really can't stress that part enough. But I've got to pull all that aside for now and focus on what's in front of me. I need to put on a realistic show of pursuing Nova, or Scorpion's gonna have my head on the plate. Even with the alarms blaring, the halls are mostly empty. Only a skeleton crew is up this early, and the research wing was always light on staff anyway. I jog through the halls at a relaxed pace, only increasing if I spot another purple uniform. The only way I'd catch Nova is if she gets held up, and I don't want that likely. I don't find that likely. Wow, can't read. Although you never know, someone who's a stickler for the rules might try to slow her down. Or Dave.
Oh, hey there, buddy. There you are. I heard there was an alarm at your door, so I went to your room to assign you the task of investigating it, but you weren't there. So then I thought to myself, you know, Dave, a true squad supervisor, is always thorough when it comes to his team. And That's when I decided to check on your door myself to make sure everything was A-okay. How is good old door 1385?
Oh, you know, it opens and closes, like doors do.
Doors do open and close, don't they? Wait, it opened? That door's not supposed to open.
Oh no, not at all. It was just a turn of phrase.
How do you turn a phrase?
What? No, not literally. Look, the door wasn't open, all right? It's just that most doors can open and...
Stan, door 1385 is a door with level 4 security clearance. It's not most doors. It's a special, one-of-a-kind door. Gosh, I really thought you understood that.
I do, I swear. But if it helps you feel better, you can lecture me about it later. Put it on my report, whatever. But right now, I have to go, okay?
Okay.
Whoa, slow down. This is a level 4 security issue, okay? I can't just let you leave. Not before I check protocol.
Dave reaches into one of his pouches and pulls out a small paperback book with Lord Bedlam's visage printed on the front.
Let's see. Level 4 security clearance. Door left ajar. Yep. Now says it right there, plain as day. I need to hold you here until you can be properly questioned.
But I'm pursuing an intruder.
You know what my great uncle Dale Dave said about butts?
Dale Dave?
Everyone has them, and by golly, they really stink. So no butts, Stan. You're staying right here until we sort all this out.
You know who won't have a butt or a head if we don't go after that intruder? Us.
Not according to protocol.
Not according to Lord Bedlam's protocol. Do you think Madam Scorpion is gonna give two shits what that little book has to say?
Well, she should.
But she won't.
Gosh, buddy, I don't know. You might be right about her. But if we just start ignoring protocol, what happens next? It's like a slippery domino. Once it starts, it just keeps on slipping.
The most bureaucratic supervisor ever. I rub my eyes inside, trying my best to keep it together. Even if I had an hour, I'm not sure I could convince him to drop this, at least not through any conventional kind of reasoning. I might have to force my way past him, and that's a gamble. Dave doesn't have much, let's call it tactical instinct. But physically, he could really give me a hard time. Better to avoid it if I can. Really, Stan, you could get your ass beat by this guy? Maybe I just need to try a different diplomatic approach, something more personal.
You know, with all this talk about door 1385, I'm getting a little nostalgic. Do you remember the conversation we had there this week? It was a simpler time.
It sure was, wasn't it? That was when you gave me those dating tips, I think?
Oh yeah, things weren't going too hot on the app, were they?
No, not hot at all. But you know, I really thought about what you said. Remember the stuff about the job box, the family box, and all the other boxes?
You mean how you might be married to your job?
Yeah, that! Well, I got knocked around pretty good on Operation Day, and afterward, I was thinking, maybe I'm married to my job right now, but what if it, divorces me?
Like you get injured and have to quit or something? That's a definite possibility.
Well, not that I'd want to. This job is everything to me. But if that changes, well, I guess the short version is I removed all the work stuff from my profile, got rid of my list of qualifications, and guess what? Someone actually responded to my messages without unmatching me. They stopped replying after a while, but I'm sure they'll finish that shower someday. So, thanks, buddy. You really helped me out.
Hey man, it's all you. All the pointers in the world don't mean a thing if you don't act on them. So good for you, man. Way to be the change you want to be in yourself, or whatever.
Aw, thanks. I'm just doing my darndest.
Anyway, it's been nice reminiscing, but why don't we catch up more at lunch, okay? See you then.
I start to walk forward, but Dave holds up a hand to stop me. Damn it, I thought that might distract him enough to let me slip by, but his memory's better than I thought.
Whoa, just where do you think you're going, mister? We talked about this.
Oh, God.
You have to wait here. It's protocol. And protocol is protocol.
So you've mentioned, and I get it, man, but I really need to go. So what do you say? Will you let me pass? I'm asking you as my supervisor, and more than that, as my best buddy.
Best buddy is crazy.
Stan, I want to believe that, But I'm not so sure that we are. Sure, when we were talking about the good time we had on Tuesday, that made sense.
Hey, yo, what?
But that's just one thing. Overall, you haven't been very respectful lately, in my opinion. We're very nice, so when you say you're my best buddy, it makes me think that you're just trying to butter my bread.
Buddy, you what?
Don't you mean butter you up?
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, but you're always trying to tie my words into a knot and toss them back at me. It's disrespectful. So you know what? No, I don't think you can leave. You're staying right here until I say you can go, because I'm your supervisor and you will respect me.
My hand inches towards my belt, fingering the hilt of my baton.
I already told you that I can't stay, Dave. I'm leaving, one way or another. It doesn't matter if you're my supervisor or not.
I grasp my baton firmly and start to square my stance. So much for the diplomatic approach. Dave takes notice and reaches for his own weapon.
Oh, it matters, Stan. It matters more than anything.
Of course you think that. I've been patient with you, Dave.
Let him cook! Let him cook now! Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Grin on your face, reminding me how you're in charge. Like your job title makes you so special, but it doesn't. When some cake demigod crashes our little heights, you and I are identical to them. Whatever rank Bedlam may plaster on your ID, you're not above me. Not really. So when I say that I'm leaving, I don't think you can actually stop me.
I pull out my baton, snap it open with a flick, and press a button on its hilt. Sparks dance around its shock coils in response.
But you're free to try.
Dave's eyes narrow and his grip tightens on the hilt of his own baton.
How dare you? You will refer to him as Lord Bedlam, Henchman 065.
What's really bizarre is the fact you get no bitches.
Oh, too bad it's not 069. Just like during Wednesday's operation, Dave acts without hesitation or thought. His baton has barely escaped his holster and the words have just left his lips, yet he's already charging forward. But I knew that would happen, so when he swipes at me with his baton, I'm ready to block. Even with two hands, I stumbled back. Damn, I forgot how strong he was. I mean, he's no dynamo, but for a normal guy, Dave's got some real muscle. But he's mad, and even thinking clearly, he's not exactly a master tactician. If I can bait him in and wait for something particularly sloppy, then maybe I can catch him with a counterattack.
Just surrender to the will of Lord Bedlam 065 and I'll only have your pay docked for a month. Don't make it worse for yourself.
Worse how? Would I have to spend even more time listening to stories about great-grandpappy Dean Dave Duke or the rest of your dumbass family?
Oof. Get him, Stan.
It's great-grandpappy Dean Dave Dwaynesenberg and he was a saint!
Dwaynesenberg? Heisenberg? Now totally blinded with righteous fury for both Lord Bedlam and his endlessly bizarre family tree, Dave presses the attack, swinging wildly. I backpedal, parrying and blocking as best as I can, but one particularly vicious swing slips past and clips my side. It's a glancing shot, but it leaves Dave emboldened. With a triumphant cry, he lunges forward in a wild charge.
For Lord Bedlam!
Very zealous. Now's my chance. I don't have the opportunity to win a whole lot of fights, but with everything that's happened recently, I think I picked up a move or two that might do the trick. Copycat's armbar. Lift with your legs, swing left but attack right. That didn't happen. That didn't work last time. When we got into a scuffle during last night's gig, Kate had a pretty clean takedown of that security guard, which is a lot less surprising now that I know that she's actually shining Nova. Maybe I can copy it. As Dave swings wildly, I slip to the side and deliver a sharp front kick to his kidney, sending him careening into the wall. Then, as he bounces off the stone surface, I lunge for his arm and attempt to wrestle him to the ground. It's not very clean. Instead of violently pulling him down, we simply tip over into a tangled heap.
Did you just try to put your fingers in my... What? Stop it! Hey!
Ah, screw it. Unable to lock in the proper armbar, I release Dave's appendage and activate my baton before jabbing it into the very same spot I kicked earlier. Oof. Oh, took down Dave. It's about damn time, annoying bastard. For a moment, he convulses as the shock runs through his body, and then at last stops moving.
How the hell did she make that look so easy?
With a grunt of effort, I pushed the unconscious supervisor off of me and eased back to my feet. Let out a deep sigh of relief. Ooh, what did I do? At least it worked somehow.
Don't forget to put that ass kicking on your report, buddy.
I almost feel bad, but he really didn't leave me many options. I'm walking a dangerous tightrope here, letting Nova go like that. If I just let him stop me, I'd be under immediate suspicion. Maybe this way I can shift some of the blame on him. Definitely can. Well, gosh, Madam Scorpion, I'd have definitely caught up if Dave hadn't stopped me, and I'm so loyal to the cause that I even fought him to keep up the pursuit. Yuck. Need to work on that. But no time to dwell on it, I need to get moving. So after taking a deep, calming breath, I start off down the hallway at a jog, leaving Dave behind. Fought your way past Dave on Saturday. Aw, yay. I find myself moving on autopilot, winding my way through the fortress halls without stopping to consider my location. That's a big advantage I have over Nova, even if her pace is probably faster. I'm not sure what I'll do if I actually catch up. It's probably not a good sign for her chances if that happens. I can't read. So I just have to hope her physical edge is enough. After a time, I start seeing signs of her escape, some scorch marks. I feel my unconscious comrades, and eventually some distant sounds to match. Well, so much for that. Crap, what am I going to do? I don't want to fight her, but I can't just let her go again, can I? I have to at least make a show of it. Crap. The signs of Nova's passing growing more dense, but something else joins the killed henchman and blast marks. Long, molten scars on the floor and walls, still glowing from the heat of what made them. I know what that means, but I'm still not ready for the sight that awaits me as I round the next quarter as I skid to a stop.
Hello there.
Ah, shit. Madam Scorpion looms over shining Nova, sword leveled and eyes gleaming in its flickering red light. Nova's mask flutters in the air between them, sliced cleanly in half, leaving her defiant glare unobscured.
There it is. That's the look I was hoping for. Such a selfish girl, hiding that behind flimsy masks and gaudy helmets. I could feel it last night, you know, even as you so futilely tried to subdue it. But resolve like that, it has a heat to it that can't be contained. I can't wait to watch it flicker and die.
Oh, I can't wait to blast that smug little smirk clean off your face. So I guess that makes us eat.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Whether or not you're adorned in your full armored ensemble, we're hardly even.
While Scorpion's eyes don't appear to leave Nova, I see a flicker of recognition and her smirk grows ever so slightly.
Ah, Stanley. There you are. Well done. I dare say this little rebellion is nearly crushed. Henry would be proud, I'm sure. In fact, I think I'll leave the final stroke to you.
Who's Henry? I forgot.
Be a dear and restrain this imposter. It would be fitting, I think, for you of all people to be the one to capture Shining Nova.
He's not going to do that.
He isn't.
I'm not?
No, you don't have to. I still mean what I said, Stan. It's not too late. You can still change your mind. You're not just some extension of her will, or Lord Bedlam's, or anyone else's. You're not just Henchman number 065, you're Stan. Your own person, with your own choices.
Then why are you trying to choose for him yourself? Kate here is just trying to manipulate you, as she has this whole time.
Facts.
Stanley, listen to me. I called you for a reason. You've shown the potential for something more, but you have to seize it. Do not concern yourself with the fate of this charlatan or anyone else. Our ambition is what matters. That's the game of power. And make no mistake, it is zero-sum, regardless of what these self-proclaimed heroes may tell you.
For us to win, others must lose, starting with her. Show me you understand that, and we can realize our ambitions together. Go on, Stanley. Do it.
Stan, don't.
This is it. Whatever I do next, I have a feeling there'll be no going back. All right. Choices. Do I assist Kate / Shining Nova after she betrayed me and promises me that things will be better on the good side of life, even though I have no type of skill to do anything? She could be Shining Nova, live in her armor and fight bad guys. Meanwhile, I'll just be Stan, the clerk. Stan, the guy that works in the office, or Stan that drinks himself to death because he's so miserable because he has nothing to do with his life. Or do I help Madam Scorpion and stay by her side and clap her cheeks and continue to be a henchman who doesn't really want to be a henchman, but there seems to be some opportunities to grow with that whole Henchman app, if that's what it was. Don't remember. So, thinking in the best interest of my man Stan the man, Don Stan the man, I can't think of anything else to call him. I think in his best interest, he should help this person.
I'm sorry.
I turned towards Kato, rather Shining Nova, and ready my weapon.
You're not giving me any choice.
I know. And for the record, I'm sorry too.
I inch forward, pulling out a pair of restraints from my belt. Nova doesn't move. She barely even acknowledges me, keeping her eyes on Scorpion. It's smart. Maybe the only smart play she can make. If she turns her attention to me, that gives Scorpion an opening. She has to wait until the last possible second when she can use me as a shield. I gulp nervously as I get closer. Would Scorpion just cut right through me to get to Nova, if it comes to it? No, I can't dwell on that. It's what Nova's counting on. Man, this sucks. I pause just outside of arm's reach. How to do this quickly to catch her off guard or slowly to keep things calm. I slowly reach out towards her outstretched wrists, intent on coaxing her to lower her weapon.
Easy. It's over, okay? Just put the nasty laser cannon down and come with me.
Despite the polite nature of my request, she does not. Sounds like the arcade machine games. I groan as I gingerly pick myself up off the ground, clutching my side and gasping for breath. Damn, she got some sharp freaking elbows. She's quick too. I could try that 100 times and I'd probably get laid out in 99 of them, but unfortunately for Nova, I wasn't the one she had to worry about. Nova's weapon lies in smoldering bits on the hallway floor. The cannon sliced clean off of by Scorpion's blade, which is now a hair's breadth away from the shorter woman's throat.
What's wrong? Lose your nerve?
Hardly. I already told you. I'm going to break that relentless spirit of yours first. I want to see it shatter.
By now, several other henchmen finally joined us in the hallway, but Scorpion barely acknowledges them.
Now, finish what you started, Stanley. Then hand her over.
Sure. On it.
I grimace as I pick up the restraints I dropped earlier, and then slowly walk over to Nova. She doesn't seem like she's going to hit me this time. In fact, she even holds out her hands.
I meant it, you know. I'm really...
Don't say it. Once I can handle, but any more empty apologies and I'll kick your ass again. I don't care if she kills me afterwards.
Oh, you're the mad one even though you manipulated me and lied to me and all this other shit, but I'm the bad guy.
That word doesn't mean a thing.
With Nova secured, Scorpion deactivates her weapon. Meanwhile, the other henchmen begin the process of removing Nova's equipment belt and patting her down for any hidden weapons.
People like you never win in the end, you know.
No, now you want to berate me. I made the right choice.
Oh, my dear, stubborn little friend. People like
talking to her.
me are the only ones who win. Now, gentlemen, would you show our guest to our new room in the cell block? One with a view, if you don't mind.
At Scorpion's behest, the other henchmen start to guide the captured superhero down the hall with a light shove. Despite their prodding, Nova's posture is straight and her eyes forward, never once looking back.
Come then, Stanley. Let's follow along, shall we? I fear that she may try something foolish without some distant supervision.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, yes, ma'am. You got it.
I match Madam Scorpion's pace as we trail far behind the makeshift prisoner convoy. I'm glad for the distance, but my eyes still drift to the floor all the same. I've never had to do anything like this, not with a coworker, especially not one who I was friendly with. Things are changing faster on here. Can I keep up with it? Do I want to?
Eyes up, Stanley. There's nothing to mope about.
Sorry, ma'am. Just a long night. And a longer morning.
I know. I was there for both. Remember? Yet, despite it all, you did your job well back there. Don't let that self-righteous little imp guilt you into thinking otherwise. Superheroes are always such sore losers. You're making a mistake. What you're doing is wrong. You're a monster. Excuses. Nothing more. Like a child who insists that anyone who beats them at a game is cheating. They can't accept it.
I guess not. And, thanks. I did my best.
I know, Stanley.
We walk the rest of the way in silence, aside from the occasional order that Scorpion barks to passing henchmen. Our convoy has grown in size, and even without us there, it seems unlikely that Nova could escape. Still, Scorpion takes no chances. We follow until the henchmen finally lead Nova down the stairs that lead to our cell blocks. I catch one last glimpse of her, glaring over her shoulder as she makes the final turn. I furrow my brow and sigh. I wanted her to make it, I did, but this was the deal. I gave her a shot to escape, and it didn't work out, so I did what I had to do. Do I feel a little guilty? Sure, of course, and silently, I'm hoping that she can escape on her own. At the same time, I can't risk my neck to help her, can I? Now with Scorpion breathing down it.
How secure are those cells, in your opinion?
For a normal person, as secure as it gets. Even if she got her door open, there's only one way in or out, provided she didn't sneak in a mining drill. This is the center of the lair, so the walls down there are solid rock.
Good. Then let's leave the details to the guards and move this to my office. We have much to discuss.
Bounce, wow, wow. She about to catch this D.